Exciting racing action from Penn Can Speedway. A legend goes in a Hall of Fame. We'll take you to Skyline Raceway Park for the Turbo Blue. Demolition Derby action from the Broome County Fairgrounds. And the Carts and Mowers are at it again. All that and more on this edition of The Race Report. Hi everyone and welcome to another edition of the Race Report. I'm Ron Hills. We take you first to Penn Can Speedway in Susquehanna, PA. In four-cylinder action, the winner was Michael Robinson. To make the call, here's Craig Hawley.
Whitman and Wilder to turn one. Wilder on the outside, Whitman down low. Robinson right there in position number 3. Jeremy Warren right there, 4th. Robinson going to try to use the outside. Wilder going to lead him into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to lead lap number 1. The 7.5 of David Fox Jr. off the pace. Here comes Nick Kennedy in the N2 to the outside of Sheldon Whitman. The Nick Grice 107 down to the infield. Tough break for the 107. Had problems in his heat race. White flag is in the air one more time around the speedway with the R2 of Michael Robinson. Down into the south end for the final time. Robinson rides off of corner number 2. 8-car length advantage for the final time. Into 3 and 4. The point leader looking to pick up some more points tonight. Off turn number 4. Checkered flag is in the air. Michael Robinson will pick up the win. Josh Wilder is second. Jeremy Warren third. Nick Kennedy 4th, and 5th is Sheldon Whitman.
To factory stock action and another win for Chuck Culberson.
The green flag's waving in green means go, and they go down the front straightaway. Simpson and Fitch lead them to turn 1. Ned Fitch out front, second in the point standings, looking for his first career win in car number 16, and he is riding it up on the outside tonight. He rides it down. He's going to lead lap number 1. It's the 16 and Ed Fitch. Simpson, Culbertson, Towner, Sykes. Ned Fitch pushes up off of turn number 4, and you see Culbertson going around in a non-over turn 4. The 9 of Alicia Towner with some front end damage. He's on it. Green flag is out. Brigham taking a look to the inside of Simpson, right on to get go. They ride into turn number 1. Ned Fitch sets it into quarter number 1. Parallel sticks are in the sky 2 more times around the speedway for the 8C of Chuck Culbertson. Simpson second. 3rd is Sykes. 4th Towner, 4th is Fitch, and 5th is Brigham. White flag is waving. Culbertson your leader, Simpson second, 3rd Sykes. Into 1 and 2 they ride it. Big Chuck Culbertson looking to go back to victory lane. Half a lap away from doing so as he rides into turn 3. Culbertson sets it down. Simpson takes a look to the inside. Turn number 4, checkered flag is in the air, picking up the win. It's going to be Chuck Culbertson. Simpson 2. 3 is Sykes. 4 will be the 112 of Brigham, and 5th to 16 of Ned Fitch.
The wingless sprinters using a crate motor may become a regular division at Penn Can Speedway next season. They were on hand this past Friday night. To XL 600 modified action, it was another north-south shootout. Once again, here's Craig Hawley.
Green means go, and they're racing down the front straightaway. The north versus south 30-lap spectacular Carl Cathcart Memorial is underway in a 1 and 2. Pepe leads him up the back straightaway. Boyd is second. Everybody gets through 1 and 2, and they make it down the back straightaway. Leading lap number 1. It's going to be the 27 of Pepe, but Boyd charges back. He leads lap number 1 by a bumper. Into turn number 1, Pepe battling back on the inside. Boyd, the home track regular, on the outside, takes over the race lead. Pepe back into the number 2 spot, still battling underneath him. It's a 163 of Bailey Boyd. Into turn 1, Pepe is battling on the inside. Byron Worthing third in the 25. Bose fourth. Davis fifth. 3 laps complete for the 163 of Bailey Boyd. Bailey Boyd rides it down to corner number 1 and 2. Worthing looking for some room down to the inside. Pepe in the middle of the speedway. Into turn 3, they ride it. Bailey Boyd sets the pace. Pepe in front of the field. Hang on. Off turn number 4, Bose sets the pace. Green is out. Down the front straightaway, Aaron Bose. Byron Worthing, John Josko. Bose going to get a good run off turn 2. Worthing trying to pull up underneath. Into turn 3, they ride it. Bose on the outside. Worthing down low. 5 fingers from Charter Gary Folk. 5 more trips around the speedway. Aaron Bose way to the outside. Worthing gets a good run. Tries a slider. They make contact. And Worthing off the pace chain may very well have broke on the 25. 26 in. Yellow on the speedway. 4 laps remaining in this. Modifieds will make their way up. Green flag is out. We are underway, and Aaron Bose looking to go to victory lane tonight, but Josko has been strong. He gets a run on the inside. He pulls the slider. Bose goes back underneath, and now he has opened up to a 5-car length advantage. Slide Job City out here tonight. Aaron Bose has been the man to beat out the front of the field. He's had several challengers. Dana Davies in car number 138 looking to the outside of Josko. Davies going to motor up on the outside one more time at the back straightaway for position number 2. Into turn 3 they go. Aaron Bose sets the pace. Riding off at turn number 4, the parallel sticks are in the sky. 2 more times around the speedway for the 64 of Aaron Bose. Davies on the outside of Josko will take position number 2. Into turn 3 they go. The white flag will be waving. 1/3 of a mile to go for Aaron Bose. Bose into the south end for the final time. Rides up the back straightaway. Josko and Davies battle for second. Into turn 3 and 4. Picking up the win in the Carl Kithcart Memorial North versus South Spectacular is Aaron Bose. Davies with an incredible ride for second. Third is Josko's. 4th Boyd. And 5th is Will Eastman.
Exciting action in the modified feature and a repeat win for Dan Pompey.
Starting in down in turn 4, Alan Rudalovich from the point. Green is out, the hammers are down, and we're racing into turn 1. Hillfinger, look at Petrelak on the inside, and at number 72, last week's feature winner. Pompey gives him a shot in the old caboose down the back stretch. Leader comes off turn 4, it's a 78 of Grant Hillfinger. Petrelak, Rudalovich, Pompey, Hartnett. Off of turn 2, it's a 78 of Hillfinger showing the way. Rudalovich second. Petrelak down on the inside. But it's all Grant Hillfinger out front in the 78 machine. Petrelak makes a bid underneath the 145 of Rudalovich for second. But here comes Kevin Hartnett. The stalker working that inside line. It's all the 78 of Hillfinger showing the way. Rudalovich second. Hartnett third. Hartnett up on the hubby solo. They're 3 wide for second, and Kevin Hartnett now getting chased down the 78 of Grant Hillfinger. But look at Pompey coming up on the outside. Rudalovich on the inside. And where did Rusty Smith come from? He's in the mix on the outside. But out front, it's a 78 of Hillfinger. Here comes Pompey right alongside into turn number 1. He gets the spot as they ride it off turn number 2. New race leader on lap number 18. It's Dan Pompey. Final time at the back straightaway into turn 3 and 4. Dan Pompey sets it off corner number 4. Checkered flag in the air. He'll pick up the win. Second is Grant Hilfinger. Alan Rudalovich third. Kevin Hartnett fourth. And Rusty Smith fifth.
Mike Shane was the Crate Sportsman winner, but it didn't come easy. Here again is Craig Hawley.
Shane alongside as they ride it down to quarter number 1 and 2. Hang on the back straightaway. Involved the 57 of Martin, the 84Y of Yankowski, the 2 of Gruber. Shane into turn number 1, Zona right in his tire tracks. He's got to make a move going off of corner number 4. He's to within a car length and a half. He'll gain on him in turn 3 and 4. But Mike Shane continues to hit his marks. Zona going to take a look to the inside. White flag setting up for a 1-lap dash. Off of corner number 2. Final time, Mike Shane into turn 3 and 4. Zona 2.5 car lengths behind. Off turn number 4, checkered flag is in the air, and picking up the win will be Mike Shane. Devin Zona second, Ray Leonard third, Todd Titus fourth, and A.J. Digsby is fifth.
More action ahead on this edition of the Race Report, but right now, here's a look at this week's Car of the Week from Brush and Pallet Auto in Candor.
"30 years of satisfied customers. That's the proud history of Brush and Pallet Auto in Candor. We have a large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Here is this week's Car of the Week. We'll give you a $1,000 minimum trade-in, and we have financing options to fit your needs, including a first-time buyers program. Think you can't afford it? We think you can. Check us out at brush-pallet.com or visit us in person at 598 Owego Road in Candor, New York.
Unicorn Electronics in the Valley Plaza, Johnson City has the best pricing and selection of audio, video, and computer cables in the area. Don't spend a fortune on that HDMI cable for your new HD TV or Blu-ray player. Unicorn Electronics has quality cables in the lengths you need at a price you can afford. Expanding your network, Unicorn has the patch cables and accessories to make it happen. When you need to connect, think Unicorn Electronics in the Valley Plaza, Johnson City.
98.1 The Hawk, number 1 for 20 in a row.
This is Jason Aldean.
Hot new country.
This is Luke Brown. This is Charles, Dave,
and Hillary,
and we are Lady Annabella.
Then I don't know why you don't take me downtown anymore.
Binghamton's Hot New Country.
This is Carrie Underwood. Every tear soaked whiskey memory blown away.
Binghamton's Hot New Country. 98.1 The Hawk.
Welcome back to the Race Report. Mid-State Speedway in Morris, New York once again was host to the Central New York Hall of Fame and reunion. A legendary driver from the Southern Tier, Crazy Eddie Rafferty, was one of this year's inductees. Here's Dr. Gary George.
Eddie Rafferty, well, boy, what a career. He started out on the dirt tracks, obviously down in the Southern Tier, and run, boy, don't tell him he ran Penn Can. Boy, did I get a lecture on that one day. The phone is still buzzing. It's Susquehanna Speedway, not to be confused with the track down by York, Pennsylvania. But he raced at the Susquehanna Speedway, won a lot of races there, and they called him Crazy Eddie. And I asked him the other day, I said, Eddie, where'd that Crazy Eddie come from? Because I've talked to some of your colleagues that you raced against. He said it wasn't that crazy at all. He said his first car he put Crazy Ed on. It sounded good. So he got that nickname. And he went on to do a lot of wins on the dirt, on the short tracks, the bull rings. But he also started concentrating and working his way up into the asphalt division and ran a number of races. So at this time, I think I'd like to have Eddie come up with his wife and accept the plaque. This guy was well deserving of this. He raced a lot of races and tracks all over the U.S. And I have, when they get the pictures done, I have one more. There's a little frame thing there. Go right, it says "Fly Like a Fox." I want to give this to you. Some of the research we did about you, this was from 1962 of September. Anybody remember what they were doing? Well, Eddie was tearing up the track down at the Susquehanna Speedway. And the headline in Speed Sport News said, "Rafferty crazy like a fox at Susquehanna." And he had a good run and he won the feature that day. So he knows a lot of the drivers. He knows Ron Narducci, I believe. He knows a lot of the guys. He raced against a lot of these people over the years. And I'll be real honest with you. He drove in a lot of cars that were mediocre, to say the least. So he really did well, and he's deserving of this. And I'm very, very proud, both Ron Narducci and this award today. So congratulations to you.
I want to just thank everybody who put this on. This is super great, and I hope you really like it. And the only thing I got to say is, some of you people know Moose Carey. Well, when I first come up here, the track was so dusty I couldn't see the car ahead of me. So Moose said, "You want to know how to drive this track?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You come out number 2. He said, "Count to 10 and turn left. If you don't, you'll be in them pines down there."
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Eddie Rafferty. Yes, indeed. Always a pleasure to watch him. Saw him run many laps down to 5 Mile Point, and always a great, great driver.
More still ahead on this edition of The Race Report.
For 3 generations, we've been building world-class American performance.
Like the new Edelbrock Power Package Top-End Kit, based on Edelbrock's powerful RPM crate engines. Each kit includes aluminum heads and intake, cam and lifters, gaskets, and hardware to build your own 400-plus horsepower Chevy small block. For 3 generations, it's pure American performance from the leader. Call now for your free Edelbrock catalog.
Edelbrock makes them right here in the USA.
30 years of satisfied customers. That's the proud history of Brush and Pallet Auto in Candor. We have a large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Here is this week's Car of the Week. We'll give you a $1,000 minimum trade-in, and we have financing options to fit your needs, including a first-time buyers program. Think you can't afford it? We think you can. Check us out at brush-pallet.com or visit us in person at 598 Owego Road in Candor, New York.
Welcome back to the Race Report. Skyline Raceway Park hosted their big season-ending finale called the Turbo Blue. In Open Sportsman and Crate Sportsman, it was a father-son affair won by Fast Eddie White and his son Brian. On the microphones are Barry Goodband and Jim Chase.
And steady is the pace, green flag, and the 22 of Jordan will jump out into the lead. And Rothwell will look down to the low side. Brian White making his charge off turn number 2, and he'll get around the 84 of Morrison. Here comes Benny Bouchard with a challenge to the high side of Rocky Rothwell, battling for positions 1 through 5. Brian White now on the rear bumper of Kevin Jordan. Horse will bobble off turn 2. Benny Bouchard, Jim Rocky Rothwell will go side by side for positions 4 and 5 as they all look and slice and dice for racing room. Off turn number 4 behind the 22 of Kevin Jordan. Clean and green all the way around the 3/8 clay. Here's the Skyline Raceway. Is Brian White trying to close the gap on Kevin Jordan. And Jordan will work the low side of the speedway and make their way past Roger West. Brian White now within 2 car lengths down the back straightaway as he tries to draw near off the low side of turn number 4. We are side by side in the challenge, and Brian White gonna steal that number 1 spot away, but here comes Jordan with an over and under move, and man, we got a dogfight, and White will slide up, tag the outside wall, but man, I'll tell you what, he only lost about 2 car lengths. And we got ourselves a cat fight.
This is a race right here, race fans. Kevin Jordan and Brian White's out of the bottom, side by side off of turn number 2. Down to the back straight with a run. Kevin Jordan down into 3 and 4. Brian White on the bottom, side by side off of corner number 4.
5 laps to go here as Brian White and Kevin Jordan put on the battle and putting on the show here for the Open Sportsman. Go ahead, Barry.
Boy, we've been treated to some awesome racing here tonight, and Brian White throws the slide job and takes the lead away here on lap 26. 4 remaining for Flying Brian White as he drives by and takes the lead in the final stages.
Impressive.
White with a good margin on Jordan as they head down the back chute for the final time. Into turn 3 and swinging it off turn 4. Looking it up at Turbo Blue checkered flag. Flying Brian White claims his own bounty here tonight at Skyline.
Woo!
He'll dump to the low side and put Leafol into 1 lap to the rears as we continue under green. 26 laps down, we're into the final moments of the the Great Sportsman Championship here at Turbo Blue Night. Eddie White slicing through lap traffic on the back straightaway. As he comes by this time, he'll be looking at the popsicle sticks. 2 more times around the speedway for Eddie White. White's not laying back on his laurels as he continues to charge underneath lap traffic with the white flag in the air. Final trip down the back chute for Eddie White. He'll drive it into turn 3. He'll swing it off turn 4 and look up at a waving checkered flag. Fast Eddie White is your Turbo Blue season finale winner in the 602 Great Sportsman ranks.
The Broome County Fairgrounds was in action on Saturday with the King of Old School Demolition Derby.
Shorten up that Festiva. Hooray! That's like busting a piñata. Laying some big hits out here in the middle. Looks like we got a whole bunch of the field shoved off on one side and the other. In the middle is kind of free and clear. Wow! Triple H just hit like a boss. It says so on the trunk. Just piled the 10T. Red flag, guys! Red flag! Set him down! Red flag!
This Monday night racing trivia continues at the California Grill, 912 Vestal Parkway East in Vestal. Come early and enjoy the great menu at the California Grill. Trivia starts at 7:30. This week's bonus answer is Fast Eddie White. The carts, mowers, and microds were in action once again at Champion Speedway in Owego on Sunday afternoon. We leave you with highlights from that event. For the entire staff of the Race Report, thanks for watching. Till next week, I'm Ron Hills, and I'll see you at the races.